Dumelang family le kae, welcome again to Molo TV show. Kinale, my friend, my good friend here, Taviso.
Yes.
So thank you for joining me.
Thank you,
again,
Bramolo.
my man.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like I very tabela my
Yes.
Look, the reason I personally interested is because the last thing I want go shushitile ozone. Go shitona le batho ba ilong gore ke di-kingpin and then ba phirisha community botlhoko, and they are benefiting at the expense of the people in the community. So that is why I personally so interested in this whole thing. Because community it benefit.
Yes.
It's in an individual. And so all in usual, I think we must pick it up from the developments since the other video.
Yes.
Probably about now that we have identified a few things. Okay, maybe I can give a background. We've identified or number one, CIPC, the business was registered by Mr. Gilbert.
Okay.
Mr. Mampana Halusich.
Yes.
Yes. No, therefore, abamurume a apply so that I can dira le tsone di-permit application tseo e tla re mola ba feditse go e peakantša yena ya tla transfera deal.
Yes.
So jwale ka re seemo ke seo ke nyako fa background nyana pele. So he apply, and then a re fetša o apply from analysis le information ye ke kwang go beng ba di-committee ga mmogo le di-directors gore o ile gore fetša go apply a fetša dira ntho re bitšang allocation, obviously ka thuso ya lawyera gore a feleletša owner di-shares. Okay, then a re go fetša go dira jalo bale ba bang ba ba kgethilweng ke community ba tsena ba apply go tsena ka mogare ga directorship ya CIPC, right? Then ba re go tsena yena a tšwa, but the thing is ga e tšwa o share companies na di-shares tšeo di owner ke yena ka baka la gore o šetše a dirile share allocation.
Okay.
Then subject two, we've also picked up gore application ye dirilweng ka re dirilwe under section 16.
Yes.
Instead of section 106, because the impression is gore ke section ya gore apply mining for community, right? Instead of mining for an individual.
Yes.
Yalo ka re taba ye tswelelang gore this application ke application ya an individual one, instead of a community application.
Yes.
So today we kenya ga re tsene ka gare ga melao ya go ba ka gare ga the what is the act, the mining and minerals
petroleum, mining and petroleum regulations act.
Right. So that re kgone go lebella gore na yona e reng ka tsona di application tse di fapaneng tse ki le gore mafelelong na go tlo tshwanela ke gore go diragaleng gore ditaba di feditse di tsamaile ga botse company e handlang mining ile ya community le permit ga botse ile the right type of a permit, and then so that community mafelelong e benefit seng select few individuals.
Yes.
So given mola section 16, I think.
Yeah, for point of correction, Mineral and Petroleum Resources Development Act.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Mineral and Petroleum Resources Development Act.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Right. Jwale ke nyaka re thoma mola section 16.
Yes.
Bolelang ka application for prospecting right.
Yes.
Ke tlo ibala and then mohlomong re tla ya tlhahla.
That's right.
Right. Any person who wishes to apply to the Minister for Prospecting Rights must lodge the application at the office of the regional manager in whose region the land is situated in the prescribed manner and together with the prescribed non-refundable application fee. The regional manager must accept an application for prospecting if, number one, the requirements contemplated in subsection 1 are met. So if it's only condition, no other person holds the prospecting right, mining permit, or retention permit for the same minerals and land, and no prior application for prospecting right, mining permit, or retention permit has been accepted for the same minerals on the same land in which remains to be granted or refused. If the application does not comply with the requirements of this section, the regional manager must notify the applicant in writing of that within 14 days of receipt of the application. If the manager, regional manager accepts the application, the regional manager must within 14 days from the date of acceptance notify the applicant in writing to submit an environmental management plan and to notify in writing and consult with the landowner or lawful occupier and any other affected party and submit the results of the consultation within 30 days from the date of the notice. Upon receipt of the information referred in subsection 4A and B, the regional manager must forward the applicant to the minister for consideration.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay. So firstly, any person can apply.
Yes. Any person who wishes to apply can apply.
Exactly.
Yes. And for better understanding of the content of section 16, go as it clarify about any person who wishes to apply can apply. All right. So that in itself, that means the prospecting or the prospective rights, if then they can be allocated or granted to the applicant, that means the applicant will be the owner of the rights.
The rights.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. The applicant. It must be clear.
Yeah.
Meaning the applicant. Yes.
So in this instance, Mr. Gilbert Marama.
Yes.
Or are now the rights.
Yes.
The applicant, which is him.
Yes. If Gilbert Marama or apply section 16. Yes, that means if then that's so, then that means the rights belongs to the man, the applicant. Yes. So, that's so. You see, what are the rights belongs to the applicant?
Right.
Yes.
There are no other person.
Yes.
Apply.
Yes.
Mining on that piece of land.
Yes.
You the applicant that apply let those minerals any other person.
Yes.
What the rights to apply anymore.
So it says that the right, the prospecting right can only be granted if on that area, the man is applying for mining right, and another person who is holding the very same right to mine the very same minerals. Yes, understand?
Yes.
Yes. So now that's how it is. Yes. Yeah. It can only be granted if then at that time, at that point in time, owns
apply.
Yes, and also the mining right, miner the very same mineral within that very same area.
Right. So says only apply.
Yes.
More yes. Mine the mineral as long as application approved.
Yes. Yes. Not for point of correction. No, not worry. There can't be any obligation of mining right to mine on this land. It can be, but as long as
specifically
particularly the issue is the mineral. Yes.
Oh.
There can be another application to mine here, but for different mineral. Yes.
And also
exactly.
Somebody
yes. Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay. So if apply section 16.
Yes.
And then we specific land or mine the mineral so.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
Then I'll move to section 22, I think.
Before we go to section 22, what I lead this other part,
yes.
Section 16, subsection 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much important. Yeah, it's very much important. It talks about just to read it out loud to the listeners or the viewers. Go on. If the regional manager accepts the application, all right?
Yeah.
The regional manager must, within 14 days from the date of acceptance, notify the application in writing to submit an environmental management plan. All right?
Yes.
Yes, to submit an environmental management plan.
Yes.
And to notify in writing and consult and consult with the landowner or lawful occupier and any other affected party and submit the result of the consultation within 30 days from the date of the notice.
Hey.
This is very much a very important part.
So environmental management plan,
exactly,
mmogo consultation, the landowners or the lawful occupier or any other affected
the entire
person.
community or any other affected person.
And within 30 days.
Yes, and submit the results.
Yes,
exactly, to the regional manager.
Right.
Yes.
So the
question governor, even if it was done, it was not done intensively and properly, because within the community by long consultation in particular.
I think about consulting.
Yes, particularly the affected households. Yes, the affected areas and the house and the households. Right. Yes. So in terms of the consultation, the outcry within the community, it was not done properly and intensively. Yes. So the other one, the issue environmental management plan. Yes.
Manage environment. What is the plan?
Yes. Yes. And my intake in terms of the environmental management plan, that environmental management plan, because people are very much concerned the impact
right,
and the eventualities after the mining project if it did, because some people like yes, so they are fearing for that. So I think for the sake of transparency and justice, Beba Sanjore, the applicant, Usanjore submit, even though it's not written within the act, he must submit that environmental management plan to the community so that he or she can take the community into his own confidence. Exactly. That is
meeting environmental management plan consult a community affected.
Exactly. That's why today the community does have a valid ground to complain about or to be worried about the eventualities, particularly of the impact of the environment. Yes, because they were never exposed to whatever environmental management plan the applicant we submit it to the regional manager. We don't know that. We don't know how it's going to manage the environment, our own environment. We don't know how it's going to be managed. Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So I'm like, probably that's the next step, right?
Yes.
The people in the community who are affected.
Yes.
Now, from the mining council or mining committee, by longer
that's right. What are you saying?
Probably that's
exactly.
It
must be contacted.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that not to dwell much on the issue on this one. The other thing here, subsection 4. Subsection 4B, Iwalanga to notify in writing and consult with the landowner or lawful occupier, any other affected party, and submit the result. That's what in writing.
So now, what was written to the people who are affected in that area? Probably anyone, in this community. Do you? We're not a man we longore. We la la a notification in writing or no, this is we are consulting Abakarnakia.
No, for point of correction, the writing must be done by the regional manager to the applicant. Yes, the writing must be done by the.
If the regional manager accepts the application, the regional manager must within 14 days from the date of acceptance notify the applicant in writing.
Yes.
Right. So to notify in writing and consult with the landowner. So get the regional manager.
Yes.
I say. So now, what are the regional manager is the one who is supposed to do the stuff?
No, it must be the applicant. Yes.
To notify the applicant.
Yes.
What environment assessment plan? I get the regional manager.
Yeah, yo,
applicant.
Yes.
No, not to mine mo. and re tlo go maina mo re shitse re dirile so go consult the community re ngwadile mangwalo ra ba khopela re ba tlhalosetsa, and then also environment management plan ya rena shi. Has that ever happened?
Yes, it must be done by the applicant.
That's right.
And then the other thing is the results and submit. The applicant must subsequently submit the results of the consultation within 30 days from the date of the notice. All right. So question now, if then that consultation it will be claimed or it was conducted, all right, does the results to the regional manager, are they reflecting the concerns of the people on the ground? That's it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's very much important. Yes. 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 No,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can I move to section 22 now?
No problem.
I think probably we'll around the same things. Okay. This is mining right now. Application for mining right. Any person who wishes, any person who wishes to apply to the Minister for Mining Right must lodge the application at the office of the regional manager in whose region the land is situated in the prescribed manner and together with prescribed non-refundable application fee. And then the same things, the regional manager must within 14 days of receipt of the applicant accept the applicant for mining right if the requirements are met, no other person holds the permit, no prior application to prospecting right has happened. If the applicant does not comply within the requirements of the section, the regional manager must notify in writing within 14 days of the receipt of the application. If the regional manager accepts the application, the regional manager must within 14 days from the date of acceptance notify the applicant in writing to conduct an environmental impact assessment and submit an environment management program for approval. To notify and consult with interested and affected parties within 180 days. This one actually gives that person at least right? 180 days from the date of the notice. The minister may, by the notice in the Gazette, invite applicants for mining rights in respect of the land of any land, and may specify in such notice the period within which any applicant may be lodged, the terms of the conditions and conditions subject to which such rights may be granted. So I think yeki novelela about land, vacant, not necessarily community or more people are going to be affected, because it doesn't necessarily talk about the people who are affected and the land owner and the rightful occupier of the land. It just speaks about motora holding a piece of land somewhere, they can then do so, I suppose.
You are referring to section 22. Section 22. If you can check section 22 subsection 4b, to notify the very same section 16, section 16 or 14,
interested and
to notify and consult with interested and affected parties within 180 days from the date of the notice. Isa the affected individuals or households. Yes. You see?
Yes.
So yes. So if you can check, if you can check section 22 subsection 4 together, it will the very same thing with section 16 subsection 4 as well.
Right.
If you can check the important, the key document in terms of the approval of the application, mining right, environmental management plan,
which is impact assessment.
Yes. Kamu section 22 subsection 4a. The applicant must conduct an environmental impact assessment. Yes, environmental impact assessment. So if you can check the same section, these two sections, the common document or the common requirement, which is the main one, the environment. Yes.
Impact.
Yes. Then the question goes now: how does the applicant now submit environmental as a environmental management plan to the regional manager without taking the community into his or her confidence in terms of this is how I'm going to manage.
Because again, it will affect
these people.
It will impact the lives of the people, the households.
Yes.
So those people are going to be affected.
Exactly.
So
yes. So that's why if now the community is complaining, particularly about the environmental impact, during the entire course of the operation. They are correct because they were never given an opportunity to learn an environmental assessment plan of the applicant. Yes. So they are correct.
Yes, absolutely.
So I wonder, if then according to section 22 subsection 4a, to conduct an environmental impact assessment. Environmental impact assessment. When the applicant conducted an environmental assessment impact, in terms of the concern community, and then they will be damaged. It was everything. In terms of that assessment, what is his report?
Yes.
But
it can be biased.
It has to be biased.
Next, because the consent are very legitimate, and they did over fewer confidence should anything could the consent no di traga di to feta di to shishinya ge ba epa go to shishinya dilo tšeo di tshwanetse go tswelela gore ke shetse ke bontšha gore ga botse gore re ka mo lapeng la kana mme a re sa tlo bula ga botse.
Yes.
Ngwa kwa ka o ka no thomo go shikinyega wa tla wa tšatši le lengwe na mmine re tlo dula jwang gana mo mashata wa di traga and what no go re no tša mohuto di tlo tshwanela go go tswelela gore batho ba ba bontšha rante ba consent ka ntho e tlo ba tshwenya ka matla.
Exactly.
Right. I think we can move to section 104. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll about
the
preferent prospecting or mining right in respect of communities.
Yes.
So, any community who wishes to obtain the preferred right to prospect or mine in respect of any mineral and land which is registered or to be registered in the name of the community consent must, in terms of section 16 or 22, lodge such application to the minister, right? Okay. The minister must grant such preference rights in the provisions of section 617 or 23 have to be complied with, provided that probably going to will section 17 or 23. The right shall be used to contribute towards the development and social upliftment of the community. So, and usually, application e be diriwa with the impression, with the idea that this is a community application, so that the rights shall be used to contribute towards the development and social upliftment of the community. Now, the mine is perpetuated to be your community when in actual sense it is not. Like it's for the benefit of the community when it's actually not so. The rights are owned by someone else who does not belong to the community. So concern the people who applied did not apply with the idea to uplift the community, but rather as an individual application. Okay, so yeki section re apply ka yona gore number one, the rights shall be used to contribute towards the development and social upliftment of the community. So gore yeki ga botse specifically re lebeletse gore tlo uplift the community ka di mineral tše e leng gore re tla be re di topa mo mining mo. Number two, the community submits a development plan indicating the manner in which such rights is going to be exercised. So our communities in Chibunchore, rena re tlo develop a community rena
Yes.
Right? Have you seen that development plan? Do you know about the development
No, we don't
plan?
know about the development plan.
Okay, so maybe
Exactly.
from the relevant people. Number C, the envisaged benefits of the prospecting or mining project will accrue to the community in question. So what are mining to benefit the community?
Yes.
Right. Okay. The preference right granted in terms of the section is valid for a period of not exceeding 5 years and can be renewed for further period not exceeding 5 years and subject to prescribed terms and conditions. The preference right referred to in this section shall not be granted in respect of areas where a prospecting right, mining permit, retention permit, production permit, exploration right, technical operation permit, or reconnaissance permit has already been granted. So se sona se bontsha gore a go nne le motho mongwe le ngwe ra ka tla fetsa apply go ba ka apply le ge le community e ka se apply go land e leng gore go ne le individual e leng gore se tse apply.
Yes. Like as actually it is set by section 16. Yeah, and 27. Yeah.
So go bontsha gore ge le gore ka se sebaka ke ra re tsebe gore na ga botse application e dirileng ke a mohuta mare tshwantse re tle re bone permit e bontshe gore ga botse apply le ka section ma.
Yes.
I think for nna for my own sake a ke nyako go bolela lengwalo la TTM le tlhalositse dilo but nna ka bonna a ke so bone the permit application gore na e apply under section 16 or 104.
Yes.
But while le ka dipoledišano le kwano community kwano e bile gore the application e tlo ba the community application re lebeletse tsona dilwana tse tsa gore tlo uplifta community ka tsona. And so therefore ge ile gore a go apply ka section 104 go apply to ka section 16 then it means or 22 it means gore rena as a community on that very same piece of land eo e shitseng e apply to rena re ka sa kgona apply.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So the issue is if you compare the application in terms of section 16, all right? The application in terms of section 16, the application in terms of section 27, and the application in
22,
terms of 22. Yeah, 22, 16, and 104.
Yeah.
16 and 22. The applications the mining rights or permit will be owned by individuals. Yes. They are not meant actually for the uplifting of the community.
No.
Yes. So in our context or in our situation, the application must be made under section 104.
That's it.
Yes. So whoever comes and claim he made an application, the mining rights, the mining permit,
prospecting
rights, all these permits, who apply under section 104.
That's it.
And prove that he applied under section 104. Right. And anything is not within section 104,
no.
Yes.
I see a community.
I see a community. I see a Roma now.
I uplift a community.
Yes.
Even an individual.
An individual. That's why the permit itself is now going to be owned, to be fully in the hands of that applicant. Yes. That is the problem.
Right.
Yes.
That would be a big problem. I think for now, issue about the whole process here, application is done under an individual to benefit individuals and also our conducting the right processes to consult the community. But I think your consult the community it's secondary.
Yes.
The primary issue is now application it's a community development plan.
Yes.
Over an individual application that I think that is my biggest concern.
Yes. Because as he wants section 104, he wants the community. All right. Now we no longer talk about the individual. It talks about the community. To say when the community do an application under section 104, because that section here a community.
Yeah.
If then the community do either an application, the community must prove to the regional manager, all right, that
application
that the right shall be used to contribute towards the development
of the community
and the social upliftment, yes, of that said community.
That's right.
All right.
Yes.
It must prove that. So the question go, if then there is someone who also claim or who delay an application in terms of section 104, so for the community, all right.
Where is that development plan?
The development plan and the social upliftment, the development and the social upliftment of the community concerned. We submit yena.
Yeah,
that's the question. Who approved?
If we the needs,
yes, you never consulted us. Exactly.
Project community, uplift the community.
Yes.
So where are those those ideas, those businesses, those projects? This mine. The money that we're going to generate from the minerals, uplift the community. Where are those plans?
Yes, development plan.
Right.
So that's why we are saying, Warren, if then so and so can come and claim to say they submitted in terms of the application of Section 104, that they submitted to the regional manager the development plan of this community. Who approved that development plan?
Yeah,
yes. Who approved it? Actually, never. No, they never talked about it. They only talk about the applications and all the stuff, but they don't talk about the critical documents. Yes, such as the development plan, such as the environmental assessment plan.
Right.
All right. Yes. They don't talk about that.
No.
And those documents, they form the key requirements for the application, for the granting of the mining rights. Yes. So they form the key documents, but they don't talk about them. Yeah, so if then so and so apply, whether so and so applied under section 16, under section 22, under section 104, all right?
Yes.
Okay, surely Usanjor has submitted the environmental assessment plan.
That's
all right?
Yes.
Yeah. Whoever I submit the we submit the approve
right.
Yes.
And then mangwalo a go bontsha gore banang re tlo dira so mo
yes.
Yes. Refendi consent
yes.
letters.
Yes.
We have not received.
Exactly.
So then this process usually it's a young if I meet Jonah di Lojeo application ring to go meet.
Actually, this whole thing, my brother, it does not reflect whatever is happening.
Yes.
It does not reflect the consent, the interest of the people of this community.
No.
Yes, it does not reflect.
No, it
yes, it doesn't. Because you and me, here we are. We don't even know them. We were never given an opportunity those environmental assessment plans.
No.
Yes, we are never given an opportunity again the
community development plans,
social
upliftments,
never,
nothing.
Yes, and no one actually even there talks about them.
No.
Everyone is talking about the application in terms of section 1.4. The application. No, but the application in itself cannot be approved or cannot be done without the submission of the environmental assessment plan. Yes, it cannot be approved in terms of section 1.4 without
consulting.
Yes, without consultation, without the community development plan. Yes, where are those things? We need to see them and approve them as the community.
Right.
Because whoever is claiming to apply under section 104, he's claiming that he's applying on behalf of the community. But the question about the community,
it's any guy,
or somebody is applying on its behalf.
No.
Even all those plans.
Exactly.
Where are those things?
So I think these are the issues communities in Jobe consent.
Yes.
Or now up to license apply or permit apply under which section?
Yes.
And then also journal community development and social upliftment. To benefit the community, interest benefit the community over we are dealing with but why longer banyako ja shina those individual applications.
Yes. But at the expense
of the community. It can't be right.
It can't be right.
No.
And again, let's talk about while we are still under section 104.
Yeah.
What are the more important things section under section 104? Subsection 2D. The community the minister must grant such preference right if the community can prove that. Then we go to D. All right, we retell A, B, C because we deliberated on them. Right. We go to D. D says the community, the minister must grant such preference right if the community can prove that the community has access to technical and financial resources to exercise such right. It talks about the financial resources and the technical ability to exercise the mining permit or the mining right. Yes. Do we have as the community the financial resources? Do we have as the community the technical abilities? And whoever claimed that he applied on
behalf of the community.
Yes, under section 104. Who privilege went to the regional manager to say we do have the technical abilities? Do we have the financial resources? How did that person actually prove it to the regional manager?
Right.
If Renata satisfies the community. So that means someone is speaking on our behalf and we don't know that. Yes, because Renata is the community, here we are. Retzva community is naturally. Retzva community is naturally. Retzva community is technical ability. But somebody went to DMR and claimed and applied and said we do have that.
Oh, that is very interesting.
Big time.
That is very interesting.
Big time, Bramolo, big time.
But the good thing is, Obana community
yes.
I think Merkuru because community analysis.
Yes.
Because I think the community video I think the last thing
Yes.
That is the last thing and that is the reason why the document the video because empower mo as a community.
Yes.
Or the posture the community
Yeah.
Then the members of the community. Seeing some individuals why long right of
Yes. I remember to emphasize on what you are saying, Molo. Somebody once said, nothing about us without us.
Yes.
There must be nothing about us without us. That means
if
we must
be involved.
Yes, we must be involved. Then it's not about us. It's not Yes.
But then it must be for us by us.
Exactly. If you are
right. So now, hypothetically speaking, application now no company I need share. Okay, so it empty. No one shares.
Yes.
So what are you company illegitimate? Ye to one ya community. Ye longer own the shares and then permit you application over the right to transfer java ya community ka be longer. Rena relationship and also probably either under the right section. If I had the under the right section, then those are technicalities still or maybe in the near future. But section 11, section 11 and then
yes. Section 11 transferability of the mining rights.
Okay.
Yes, transferability of the mining rights to see if then whether the mining rights can be transferred to the next person. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. Transferability and encumbrance of prospecting rights and mining rights. A prospecting right or mining right or an interest in such rights, in any such right, or a controlling interest in a company or close cooperation may not be ceded, transferred, led, settled, assigned, alienated, or otherwise disposed of without the written consent of the minister, except in the case of change of controlling interest in listed companies. So go ka se kgonagale go transfer, but only under condition ya gore the change of controlling interest in listed companies. So company ye saying if there is a change in controlling interest, right? 2. The consent referred to in section 1 must be granted if the cessionary, transferee, lessee, sub-lessee, assignee, or a person to whom the right will be alienated or disposed of is capable of carrying out and complying with the obligations and terms and conditions of the right in question. So e bontsha gore e transferiwa fela ge ile gore motho o re transferlang wena o kgona go swara o capable o ka kgona go manage taba tseo. Then it also the applicant also satisfies the requirements contemplated in section 17 or 23 as the case may be. The consent contemplated in section 1 is not required in respect of the encumbrance by mortgage contemplated in section 1 of right or interest as security to obtain a loan or guarantee for the purpose of funding or financing the prospecting or mining project by any bank as defined in the Banks Act, any other financial institution approved for that purpose or by the registrar of the bank referred to in the Banks Act, if the bank or financial institution in question undertakes in writing any sale in execution or any other disposal pursuant to the foreclosure of the mortgage will be subject to the consent in terms any transfer, cessation, letting, subletting, alienation, encumbrance by mortgage, or variation of a prospecting right or mining right, as the case may be contemplated in this section, must be lodged for registration at the Mineral and Petroleum Titles Registration Office within 60 days of the relevant transaction. Damn.
I think yeah. So I think it's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough. So transferability and encumbrance of prospecting rights and mining rights, all right? Yes, because we most hear TTM, all right, saying those rights must be transferred from the applicant who is at the moment believed to be Mamishid.
That's right.
All right? Yes, that those rights are swearing. We are not quite sure about it. Those rights were granted, yes. Those rights were granted to him at the moment. That means for those rights to be transferred to somebody else, actually, all right, without mentioning TTM.
Yeah.
If he must transfer those rights to somebody else, it must be that somebody else he meet the requirements. Yes.
First, I think first need to apply.
Exactly. Exactly what you mean now. And yes, so such as the accessibility of what do you call financial resources? Yes. Financial resources and then technical abilities. Yes. It's not like they will just be transferred without meeting the requirements.
No.
We never transfer la mo you do comply with all the requirements in terms of the application. Yes, it's one and the same thing. Nevertheless, yes. Why what?
Right. So yes. Such must be spoken.
Yes.
Di transfer le ka motho kwe.
Yes.
Gore company eo it goes on like go ka gona.
Yes.
Gore e kgonne manage the whole process immediate requirements too.
Yes. And to elaborate on that, Molo.
Yeah.
as long as the applicant, we don't know who is that applicant. I want to make it clear here. We don't know who is that applicant.
Right.
Because there will be people who are saying, that's not what we are saying. All right? Whoever the applicant, who apply in terms of section 16 and in terms of section 22, all right?
Yeah.
Who will apply
As
an individual, all right? And that in itself, common sense, who own 100% of the shares. That person,
right.
We don't know who you
are. And the application here, you permit to buy the rights.
Yes. So, and the powers of actually allocating the shares or controlling the shares, it is concentrated within the hands of that individual.
Right.
Yes. So here na dictator na Bramolo hoja how much and Tamiso hoja how much. All right. Yes, because here na is the sole owner. Yes, of the permit. All right. Yes. So but if then the application was done under section 104, then that means the community does have the power.
Right.
Yes. Now the community has the power.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
But then the consultation, environment management plan, all of those things.
Yes.
Still
exactly. They must be consulted. They must be contacted. Yes. Particularly on a consultation.
Yes.
Asawa hoyaka the outcry within our community, particularly in terms of the eventualities, possible eventualities, this mining operation.
Yeah.
There was never an intensive and sufficient consultation, particularly the affected households, the affected individuals, the community as a whole. Yes.
To the various, especially that 5 hectare land they were identify Leon. I will go to those houses dealing around Mola and ask for an interview.
Yes.
Yes,
and what was the response?
And then the response,
yes,
they research writing, and I got that thing in writing because I think it's very verbal while like application.
Yes,
it's in writing. So that written document, mmogo or na submit the consensus kai.
Yes, yes, and surely if then we can conduct that research, all right, and find out, let's say. Malapa, let's say 20 people, all right, or 20 households. They are saying we did not approve the mining operation to come in and happen here. That means whoever claim to have to be granted the permit, submitted a wrong with wrong information. Wrong information. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because had apply
information agreeing from the community.
Yes.
I don't think
the permit.
So
it's very much important.
Go from the affected families.
Yes.
And we're not saying we're affected.
Yes. Particularly
that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but because
yes,
as responsible adults and also I think leaders of the community.
Yes. Yes.
So something about the situation under the right conditions.
Exactly.
And wrong so that
yes. Yeah, that's how it is. Let's take charge of our community. Let's make sure we stand up and then we become involved in whatever is happening within our community. Because nevertheless, whether you are involved or not, you are at the end of the day going to be affected. 100%. Whether involved or not, you are going to be affected. So don't say it has nothing to do with me.
No,
it has everything to do with you.
Yeah.
Yes, because you are going to be affected at the end of the day. Yes.
Ultimately.
You see. So because even in politics, all right, in politics, you will hear people saying, I don't want to participate in politics. I don't want to go to vote. But you must understand the results of the political results that will happen is going to affect you.
Decision.
You are affected. Yes, yes, that's how it is.
You can't run away.
You can't run away.
No.
So
You
for
might
you,
as well be involved.
you must as well be involved.
Right.
Yes, so that the right
You
decision.
shape the direction.
Yes,
That's
and influence the decision makers.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
That's how it is.
No. Ralle ba batho ba gantšha beleng rena ralle ka rakalo kana kana mo go gopela thego ya rena ka mogolo kgonang. Also re re tlang
Yes.
re be involved re tseng control ya taba tse diragalang.
Exactly.
Mshad.